Guys, my name is Tony, and you're watching Faith and Coffee Bean. If you guys watch this video later on, please know you're watching a live video. Anything could happen during my lives, y'all. There's it has happened. Yesterday was a crazy live. I don't know what was going on. Everything went wrong. Then towards the end, my audio got all messy and it went on mute. So, guys, I apologize. This is kind of like a redo a little bit. But hey, I really appreciate y'all for hanging out with me and all that good stuff. Hey, Alexis, how you doing, man? Yeah, yesterday's live stream was crazy, so I thought, you know what? Uh, I got two different versions of a very similar coffee, and I'm going to be talking about the second version of it that I got today because the first one was delicious, but I had some crazy stuff happen. So, oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, guys, I really appreciate you. Those of you who hang out with me on the live streams, even though sometimes they can be a little crazy, it's all good. It's all good. So I was talking about yesterday this coffee. I have the box here. It was Colombe, and this was the Nice. They actually kind of curate coffee and do they make their own blend, and they do a really good job. I really, really like this. This isn't the first one that I've got from them. I got another one that they make, and we're gonna talk about that one today. But yeah, I really like their stuff. It's very tasty, and I think they do a pretty good job. So yeah, definitely cool. Yesterday, like I said, I went kind of way too fine, and oh man, I choked the machine a bunch. So today, I promise y'all that I don't think that's gonna happen. Cross my fingers. So we'll see. But I'm gonna go ahead and what I wanted to show you guys today, and we're gonna pull a shot of this here in just a minute. But this is the let's see here, the Monaco version, and they promise here. They're giving us our promise, guys. Milk chocolate, graham cracker, and black cherry, and those are all combinations I like. Like I said, they kind of source their stuff. They usually go with Central America. That tends to be the place that they get a lot of their stuff. Places like Brazil and Colombia. So yeah, definitely making a tasty cup of coffee. So I want a little redemption. I'm going to be using the Charter 64 commercial class grinder. Y'all, I have the Sweet Brewers in there, and they make really uh, good work of things. They went pretty fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and just adjust this right now because this was actually put at my last setting, and I know that I want to go coarser because what was coming out of here was just nuts. All right, so let me just get this adjusted. I'm actually going to go all the way up to the mark of 50, and because these are different burrs, my true zero is different. I wish I had. I need to get a printer and like print out a new, uh, basically marker system for that. I actually really wish they used like the DF64 style, where there was actually like a dial. I think that would be really smart. So hopefully that's something they do in the future. Hey Braxton, thanks so much for joining in, my friend. Thanks so much. Definitely appreciate it. All right, guys. So first shot I'm going to do is just 18 grams of the coffee that we had yesterday because I need a little bit of redemption. And then second shot, for sure, we're going to get into the step down basket. I want to do a Big Daddy shot. So definitely got the step down basket, all good to go. I want to get this going. We'll go coarser on this one, and we'll kind of mess around a bit. So again, definitely thanks guys for joining me. Really appreciate it. Okay, so let's go ahead and measure out some beans. Y'all, I like to do these where I have my first shot of espresso with y'all today. I haven't had any coffee whatsoever, which is crazy by this time of the day. In my time here in Florida, it's kind of early afternoon, and y'all, I was kind of getting that Jones in for coffee, so I thought, all right, cool, let's go live. All right, guys. So I'm gonna use what I have left in this bag before I fill up that container. I have a new container that I got from iCat, which is really cool. It's one of those vacuum containers. So definitely pretty cool little setup. I showed that in my last video. Okay, definitely cool. I was thinking about making a video about different coffee canisters because I do get questions a lot where someone's asking a question like what I kind of recommend. Um, Personally, there's lots of different options out there, and I've got quite a few of them now. So I think I'm gonna make kind of a video, just kind of a little bit of a guide with that stuff. Okay, so we're gonna do. I'm gonna do about 17 and a half. There we go, almost there. There we go, but 17.4. Just because I don't want to overfill this thing, I want a really good shot, y'all. Like I said in my last live video yesterday, guys, I'm telling you, you ever have one of those days where you just kind of feel like everything you touch just kind of goes insane? That was yesterday for me, y'all. I started making the video, and I don't know what was going on. Um, and I don't believe in necessarily. You just kind of stuck kind of having a weird bad day because the rest of the day was awesome. But man, I don't know what it was. As soon as I got live, it was like anything that could possibly go wrong was going wrong. So I definitely apologize for that, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have this thing adjusted, and we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and just do this first shot. Again, this is the Charter 64 commercial class grinder. Guys, this grinder's awesome, okay? Anyone who's on the fence right now on what type of grinder to get for espresso, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I wholeheartedly definitely recommend this one. It is built like a tank. It is an aluminum cast construction, and if you're looking for one, it's really awesome. My results have been really great. Like I said, I have Liberu burrs in here. These are the sweet burrs. They're machined, and I really like the results. So, yeah, I definitely cannot recommend this thing more. It is awesome. This thing is really powerful. Little popcorn action. All right. Whoa, now. Whoa, now. Whoa, almost dropped it again. Okay, cannot have a repeat of yesterday, guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know some days are just like that. Man, I'm with you 100%. There's some days you're just like, wow, did that really just happen? I was telling my wife the other day, I'm like, I felt like it was a Candy Camera moment. If anyone's old enough to remember that show, or, like, is this like getting, my wife and I were trying to explain that prank show with Jamie Kennedy to my 18-year-old, because of course it's way too old for him. That's way too long for, him to know anything about that. And I was like, yeah, I kind of felt like I was getting pranked. Someone's gonna come out with a camera. Hey, guess what? You're being pranked. All right, guys. So I'm gonna add the dosing ring on. This consistency feels good. Okay. It's so important to know that you gotta dial in your stuff. And I say this a lot. And guys, when I make coffee, I am literally somebody's dad. I am the goofball who makes mistakes. Okay. I'm just gonna be straight with you. I'm never gonna say, guys, I'm some coffee professional, because I'm not. Last time I worked in a cafe was over 20 years ago, and there's really awesome experts out there. But sometimes I think, kind of as a everyday Joe, when you're making espresso at home, and you kind of watch a lot of people on social media and Instagram, you kind of get stuck. Like, am I doing something wrong? And I always make those memes, and any of you guys that watch my channel where it's like James Hoffman's face, like quietly judging me, because he's the coffee master. But I think what's really kind of the best advice I can give anyone who's starting off making espresso at home, and you're new to doing that, is just remember trial and error is a good thing. And even like yesterday, when I was having a really hard time dialing in what I was doing, that was something, eventually we made a good shot. But I'm just saying that, that's, it's hard not to get in your head. And that's the best advice I can give anyone. Don't get in your head. And the more that you do, I think that was a little overfilled. The more that you do, I'm going to kind of redo this because like I said, guys, I really wanted a nice little shot here. I think I know what I'm doing with this thing now. Okay. The more that you do, the more that you kind of get that experience. And I think that's really crucial. I think that one of the things I really love about making coffee is that it is a little complicated when you're making espresso. There's little things that you need to do. There's kind of techniques to it, and everyone kind of has their own technique and their own way of kind of thinking it through. And I don't think there's necessarily a right or wrong answer to anything. I think that there's great recipes that everyone should follow, like doing something like a 1-to-2 ratio. But I'm a firm believer in you need to do you in your coffee experience. You need to make coffee that is really good for your palate and something you enjoy. If you're enjoying your coffee, don't let someone on the internet tell you otherwise. Like, I know that sounds weird. I'm not saying that anyone's telling you that. I just think that a lot of times people get stuck in like, oh, there's rules and regulations. I made a video the other day, and I don't know if it was a snarky comment or if it was like a serious comment. And someone was kind of saying, and it's okay. Like, I mean, I get it all. They're like, wow, no, like no one ever follows the directions. And I thought it was kind of interesting because I'm thinking like, are there really directions? Yeah, I guess you could call it that, but the truth is, y'all, one of the things that's cool about just making coffee at home and just kind of being your own home barista, you can do what you want. And if your coffee tastes good and you're enjoying it, don't let anyone take that away. Like, I'm not trying to sound weird. I'm just saying that, just keep making coffee the way that you enjoy it. Now, if you're making coffee and you're not really, you're like, I know this is off, then that's what's cool. Then you can lean on things like good classic recipes and really good methods, and listen to the tips and tricks. There's not anything wrong with listening to folks, but I'm just saying it's so important just not to get caught up, because I think that's easy to do. And maybe that's just me. Because for me, especially when I first started making coffee at home, I kept thinking, am I doing something wrong? Because this isn't quite exactly like what everyone else is doing. And I really, there wasn't anyone, I didn't have anyone that was really into coffee the way I was. So it's not like I could call up my buddy and be like, hey, Joe, what do you think about this? I would get on the internet and try to figure stuff out. And yeah. All right, let's pull this first shot. Let's cross our fingers. Hope this works. Oh my goodness. All right. So I have about 17 in there. I took some out. So I have about 17. I think these beans just expand more. Yeah, definitely not. Now it's too much, but that's okay. I'll take that right now, especially for my first shot in the morning. Definitely not enough pressure. Too coarse. I'm just gonna stop that right there. So, yeah. But hey, I will take that over choking it because, like I said, if you guys watched that last video, definitely there was some craziness that happened. So let's go ahead. I'm going to give this a little taste. So like I said, I haven't had any coffee in the morning. And y'all, I need some coffee. Okay. So let's, and as I was doing this, my WDD tool literally just came apart. There we go. Let's fix this. This thing's really cool. I like it because it is easy to take apart, but it can come apart from time to time. All right, guys, let's go ahead and give us a little taste. This is just for fun. And I had to get out of that route of going too fine. So I overcompensated a little bit, but it's all good. Actually, I think this would be good for one of the step down shots. Like this setting, I got to remember that when I do the next one. All right, cheers, y'all. Wherever you're all in the world, appreciate you for watching. Salanja, salute. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not the worst. It's not the greatest. This coffee has a very strong milk chocolate note to it. So this one definitely, the tasting notes it promises us. Okay, it's a promise. This is a contract that they give us. Milk chocolate, nut, and brownie. And I'm gonna tell you guys that right here. It pretty much delivers. You're getting definitely the milk chocolate is strong. I like that they talk about brownie because definitely feeling that. It's definitely rich and it's a medium roast, but I'd almost categorize. This tastes a little more darker in my opinion. Interesting. It's good. Very delicious. I know I could do better as far as where that is. I'm gonna kind of dial this in a bit, but I'm gonna actually open up the new box because I'm very curious on how this one tastes comparison to that one. And I have a feeling that basically the dialing in I just did with this is going to be very similar. The reason why, guys, is like I said, I got this brand before, and I really liked it. But it's definitely it is very because it's a blend. They are very similar. This does not have a roast date on it, guys. So basically, what this tells you, it is very much commodity style, like it would be what you'd find in a supermarket. And I actually have seen this in a supermarket. I picked it up because last time I got it, it was really tasty. So I thought, let's try it a couple times. So I got 2 half-pound bags. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's give us a little cleaning. We'll pull another shot and we'll get it dialed in. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the biggest thing, guys. I know kind of when sometimes I feel like this is the coffee therapy session. Uh, just saying, if you're new to coffee, don't ever get discouraged. Don't ever get discouraged when you're making your coffee. If you are, believe me, it's kind of normal. Coffee, especially espresso, is pretty. It can be pretty complicated. And that's the why I like it. But I also think that's kind of one of the things that people that are new to coffee, they might get a little discouraged. They might buy some espresso machine and make a couple shots, and they're like, I just didn't do it like the guy on the internet, or I didn't do it like this person. And that's kind of the hard part. Don't get discouraged. Just go out there and then make some good stuff, because I'm telling you, as long as you're buying some good beans, you're using the right grinder, you're gonna have pretty good results. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this up. I really like their presentation. So as far as presentation goes, it's A+. There's the beans. The naked truth. It's all out there. They're not hiding it. Hey, Alexa, I'm reading your comment. So Alexa's saying that you've been using the Breville and the step down in the morning and the iCap 58 portable espresso machine throughout the day with medium roast. Yeah, man, that's a great combination. Uh, guys, I love And I know, I think I was one of the first people to do one of the first reviews on this, and then Lance did a review on it. This iCap 58, I'm gonna do a big mobile video showdown video real soon. Okay, I'm telling you guys, I've been real busy. I have a mod I need to do and a couple other stuff, but I will definitely be doing a mobile espresso unit showdown. Um, but I'm telling you guys right now, big spoiler, this one will probably be the winner. Uh, I have a lot of mobile units. I even have an aspirated 58 millimeter CO2 machine. And just to let you guys know about that too, I talked to the manufacturer, and they're going to be sending me out an adapter to get it hooked up to a bike pump. And I've already bought the bike pump, and I'm going to make another follow-up video with that one, because I think that's also kind of a cool option too, and something to think about. I have the Super 58. I've got a lot of mobile units, but guys, this one is my favorite because it's super consistent. The construction is right on par. The price is right. If anyone has, they want a espresso machine in the office that they keep at their desk, this is just killer. I really would recommend that for if you wanted an on-the-go machine. This is just such a good one. The fact that it's 58 mils. The shower head is just really top notch up here. You know, everything is just really stellar. So, yeah, Alexis, I'm with you, man. I think that's a good combo. It's just fun. This thing is fun, and the fact that it can heat up your water. I have the Super 58 um, Star Seeker, and that's a really cool. It's probably my favorite to make for a mobile espresso unit, but because it doesn't have a heating element, that's the one thing that if you're traveling, that I do think is kind of necessary. So that's where kind of something to think about. Okay, these beans smell so good, guys. They really smell delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and just show these to you right now. I'm gonna grab them in the hand. So they're not too oily, but I do see a good amount of oil on there. So that's something to think about. Like I've shared with before, a lot of like the commodity style beans, you'll see little broken pieces like this. That is kind of supermarket style beans. It is kind of something that is pretty par for the course. So, you know, I've shared this with you guys before. I'm a coffee nerd. I'm not a coffee snob. Uh, I kind of like finding a good deal, and I'm okay with that. So, you know, I don't like to necessarily nitpick, but I know that a lot of folks that the little details really matter. Personally, my belief is if you're really looking for the best quality coffee that you could possibly get, my recommendation is always going to be go with a local roaster or roast it yourself. So, I am going to be getting a new roaster next month. I'm super excited. I'm getting it from Espresso Outlet, and I'm going to start a new series about home roasting with y'all. So if anyone is a home roaster and you want to give me some good advice, definitely let me know because I'm really open to hear, you know, any advice you have. All right, so I'm actually going to do this at almost 17. Um, like I said, I don't know if this is where you got to really dial in with these beans or with any new beans. I don't know because these are oily a little bit, or if just the way the density of the beans are. But I do find that these beans are filling the volume of my portafilter a lot more. So I'm actually going to dose down a tiny bit with this particular setup. So let's go ahead, let's get these ground up, and let's pull another shot, and then we'll do the step down basket next. I just need a little redemption, y'all, especially after yesterday. Okay, so I'm doing WDT, adding a little water. And that's the other thing, too. I mean, you could sometimes even add a little too much water, and that could mess with your balance of stuff. Let's grab our dosing cup right there. Nice. Okay. Let's Let's go ahead and do that adjustment. I'm going to go down about 5. Oh, man. Getting right to the end there. I'm just going to push it there one more time. There we go. Cool. All right, guys, let's take a look at this. Let's look at this consistency. Yeah, definitely finer, but I think this might be the sweet spot. Finally at the sweet spot. So let's go ahead and do some puck prep. Hey, man, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much, Justin. Appreciate it. Hey, cool. Let me go ahead and read your comment here. So, how would you compare this machine to the Gevi 20 ECM&O? Yes, that's a great question. That I reviewed 6 months ago. Okay, cool. So, and you just bought the Gevi. I don't know if you're the one who left the comment about the Gevi. If you are, awesome. So, guys, I have a Gevi machine that I think is the rock star for being a good price. Okay, has a lot of bells and whistles, and I use it primarily in my kitchen. My wife and my son use it as their daily driver when it comes to making espresso or coffee when they pull their shots. And guys, I'm gonna tell you, it's a rock star. I think it's like a sleeper espresso machine. I don't know if anyone's kind of remembers what a sleeper car is or any of that stuff. I grew up in Southern California where like street racing and all that. Like you ever watch Fast and the Furious? Yeah, that was kind of my childhood. There's no other way to say it. I mean, I was really into doing cars and stuff, and yeah, I could get into a whole story. I used to work for AAA guys, and I've been to SEMA, which is the car basically manufacturers, people who do like aftermarket parts. I used to really be in that business years ago in the insurance business. And I kind of the sleeper cars when somebody pulls up and they pull up in a car that doesn't look like it has modifications, and then bam, it just really shoots off the line. It's killer. So I really like that machine. Gevi did a really good job. It has a 58 millimeter system, OPV, basically everything that you need. Um, Gauge. There's a lot of good stuff in there. A lot of good features, pre-infusion. I actually think it's a lot like this machine. So this is the Me Coffee version 2 Apex or the Turnt Legato. If you go to Espresso Outlet, version 2 or Gemini, this is the Z version of the Gemini Powerhouse. So Gemini is the OEM manufacturer on this. That machine, I have a lot of tech folks who work in the business, and I've had a lot of people compare it to like a Ranchilio. Like I kid you not, the internals are pretty awesome. So it's a great machine. The only thing that really makes this machine and that machine so different is the ability to control like stuff like pre-infusion and the fact that this has a saturated boiler. That's what makes this one so special. Okay. So there's a boiler that's a traditional steel boiler, I believe, that sits on top and that gets the group head nice and hot. That machine's a good price. This one is about 500. That machine is under 300. But the group head isn't heated. So that's kind of the big difference with that. And that's kind of that trade-off for that 200 bucks. But yeah, if anyone's looking for a good solid budget machine, that thing is killer. You know, we use it a lot, so I think you did right on that one. If it's a first machine, it's a good first machine. If it's a second or third machine, it's a good second or third machine. I'm a big fan. So definitely cool. I hope that was not too long-winded, but best answer I can give you. Yeah, it's a great machine. All right, guys. Let's do the WDT. All right. I think we're good. All right, let's go ahead. Do some distribution. Love this portafilter here. Love the fact that it sits flat. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm reading your comment about the muscle car thing. Yeah, first car that I ever had when I was a kid was a 71 Chevy Impala with a Chevy 350 in it. My dad was really into classic cars. And my mom, when I was in high school, made me sell it because she didn't want her kid. First off, I'm Mexican American, guys, if anyone's wondering. And that is a lowrider car. And I didn't have it lowered, but it already was like pretty much stock low. And my wife, my mom was telling my dad like she didn't want me getting pulled over all the time and getting me having me street race. So yeah, I had to sell it when I was in high school. Oh, funny things, funny things. I guess that's what moms are good for. Okay, guys, so I am using, and great question, what beans I'm using today. So I have a new pack of beans I just opened up. These are the Lacombe, Colombe, and this is the Monaco that we're doing right now. I just opened that up. I did a live stream yesterday that kind of everything went really wonky, and I basically choked the machine multiple times, and yeah, I couldn't pull the shots. It was like bad news bears, all day long. So I kind of need a little bit of redemption. All right, guys, I think this is my redemption shot. Okay, I really do. I hope I just didn't jinx myself. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get that locked and loaded. Yeah, I really love this setup of this machine so much. My first version of the machine, the Powerhouse, I actually just sent to my brother for Christmas. So my brother's watching this. Hope you enjoy it, my friend. But yeah, my actual real life brother, not just my regular bro, my real bro. So I mean, if I'm gonna send it over to a family member, that means I really love it. This is if you get this from Me Coffee, they do an awesome job. That's who this one's from. But Espresso Outlet is fantastic as well. I really love the customer service from Espresso Outlet and Me Coffee too. But Espresso Outlet, they're very kindred spirits. So I only have good stuff to speak because they're awesome. Their warranty's good. Everything's good. All right, guys. So let's go ahead. Let's pull the shot. I got about 17 in. Trying to do 1-to-2 ratio. I want to see about 9 bars. Okay, cool. So I didn't stall it, so that's definitely good. Hit 9 bars. Not going over, so that's good. 9, 10 out, and 16. I'll take that. Definitely close to the 1-to-2 ratio. Looks like some good crema. Ooh, that looks delicious. So this will be my first shot of this particular coffee. Man, that's right on point. Okay. Gonna stop it here real soon. I want to stop at about 32 or 34. Oh man, that looks beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna stop it at 32 and 40. So actually 37.6 and 40. Okay. So definitely right where I wanted to be. Okay. So that is really that 1-to-2 ratio. And this is where, guys, think about, like I was telling you on that last video I did yesterday, I was struggling dialing in really bad. Felt kind of embarrassed. But I can't get embarrassed too much. That's the whole point of doing YouTube. Let's give this a little bit of a stir. I think this is, oh, look at that. Super, super creamy crema. Wow. Very chocolatey. That looks awesome. I'm going to put this on the refractometer just for fun. Again, guys, not for science. If anyone's looking for science, go you got to watch Lance. Got to watch one of the pros. If you want to see somebody's dad screw up while they're making coffee, you're in the right spot. All right, guys, let's test this out. See where we're at a little bit. 10.22. Okay. 10.22. So definitely right in that good espresso range. That's where I like to be. 8 to 12 is espresso. So let's give this a little taste. And again, Appreciate you all, wherever you are in the world watching. Salute, salanja, cheers. I need to learn that in other languages. Let's give this a taste. Oh, that is so good. Oh man, that is everything it said on the tasting notes. It's delivering. Oh, that is really good. Oh man, wow. So again, tasting notes. Uh, this is what it says on the box, and this time I definitely think it's holding true. Milk chocolate, graham cracker, black cherry. I definitely am picking up the black cherry. That's actually one of my favorite things to pick up on my coffee. There is a little bit of a little fruity note at the end. Oh man, that is just delicious. Y'all, this was worth the effort from yesterday. So I'm going to say that's a win for sure. All right, guys. So let's take a look here. I just want to read some of these comments. Oh, cool. So you use these exact beans, Justin? That is awesome. Yeah, they're really good. This is I ordered them a couple months ago, and then there was some black not I don't know if it was a Black Friday special or holiday special that was still going on Amazon, and I had it come up in my feed as a deal, so I picked up the 2 because I just kind of wanted to get into them. Guys, just to let you know, I got the Gevi pour over system. And if you guys don't know about that, that came out about 2 or 3 years ago. I have not had a chance to review that, so this is my first chance to review it. It's a pour over system that has a 60 millimeter flat burr grinder built into it, and it has like a Chemex setup. It's super cool. I cannot wait to try it with you guys, but I really wanted to have some good coffee to go with that. So probably next week I'm going to open that up. I keep saying I'm going to do it like every day, and my wife is really upset because it's just chilling in our kitchen. But yeah, so I wanted to get some good coffee for that. Yeah, so definitely good. All right, so and then I'm going to go ahead and read this next comment here. Okay, so you're wondering if you should return the Gevi? Okay. Uh, okay, and you thought it had the ability to heat the group head. So here's just my thoughts on that. Uh, it's hard. You really kind of that's the one thing I wish it did have too. It's a solid machine, and really the answer is to this, guys. If you guys are kind of wondering, there's a lot of really good budget options out there when it comes to espresso machines. If you just run a few hot shots of water through the group head, you're going to achieve that temperature stability. And that's kind of the big thing. I don't know if I have it right next to me, but I do have the Toonie E2 espresso machine. And guys, that's one of my favorite budget machines. I've shared. Oh, it's in my kitchen, and it's the same setup. It's a thermal block. So this machine has a boiler that sits on top, but right behind it, there's a thermal block for the steam wand. So when it comes to like budget, there's always kind of that trade-off. I think it does a really great job. If I had to only pick one machine as a daily driver, this was my top recommendation for everybody. So yeah, I definitely would say try it and kind of see if you can push some of those hot water shots first to really make sure you get that good temperature stability. Because price wise, I mean, it's $200 less. So I mean, it is a really solid machine. When my son and my wife do it, they'll pull that that one shot of hot water. So I mean, for me, I think it's worth the trade off for the price. But this is nice because I'll turn this on, I'll let it get hot up to temp, and then I'll just go at it. Another really good machine is the Gemini Owl, and that's about the same price right now. It's about 320. That actually has a heating system within the group head, and it's modeled after an E61 group head. It's not a true E61, but it's like a faux E61. It's a great machine. That's another one I usually recommend a lot too. There's a couple fellow YouTubers that have that. that have oh man, what is his YouTube channel? It's gonna drive me nuts. There's a really great YouTube channel. Y'all should be uh should be following this gentleman. Let me see if I can find it really quick. I think it's Brew Lab. He is awesome. His channel is so good. And let's see if this is the one I'm thinking about. Nope, that's not the one I'm thinking about. Shoot. I wish I could remember his channel because it's so good. He has my dream machine, the Lelite. No, not the Bianca. He has, oh man, what is it? Oh goodness. He just has a really cool, like, awesome dual boiler machine that's like $4,000 or $5,000. And he compared it to the Owl, and it was a great video. So yeah, I definitely, man, let me see if I could think of his name really quick because it's such a good channel, and he really gets in kind of to the science of stuff. Where guys, I'm always really straight with y'all. Um, I'm not Mr. Science. I'm not Lance. I'm not World Barista Championship. I'm somebody's dad. I make mistakes. So if you want real world guy that's gonna make mistakes, you are at the right spot. Because I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm not gonna follow directions. I'm gonna be the goofball. Oh goodness gracious. Okay. All right. Well, if you guys I'll put it in the comments after this video. So after this video is live, guys, I'll put his channel in there. I really need to make a best of channel kind of video. I watch YouTube crazy. I watch all the coffee YouTubers, and I love them. That's the reason why I do this. That is the only reason why I have this channel. Is just to goof around and have a reason to play with espresso stuff. Okay, so let's do a big boy shot. Let's go ahead and do a step down basket shot. Okay, so I actually have my basket that's sitting on top. Believe it or not, it's actually really hot because I have it up there. Okay, and I'm going to swap this out right now. Ooh, oh goodness gracious, that's so hot. Oh goodness. This is the Normcore step down basket. Big shout out to Alexis for recommending this, because this is an awesome basket. It was your peer pressure, my friend, that made me get this. And I say that in a good way. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to add, normally I haven't been doing this, but I'm going to do it because right now, so don't forget it. I'm actually going to add one of the filters. I'm going to add it to the bottom because I always forget. I'm not a big use filter in my coffee, my espresso person, but I think for this process, it's a good idea. I'm gonna load this up really quick. When we measure out these beans, we are going to do a pretty big shot here. Okay. And like I mentioned, I'll probably go with the grind setting I had at before. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to use these new beans. And we are going to do about 22 grams. Okay, this is going to be this is my go-to shot in the morning. Okay, this is one of my go-to shots in the morning. I really like making my version. This is not Lance's soup, so I'm just going to tell you guys that right now. This is not Lance's soup recipe. This is the way I make coffee. This is my Spro over big boy shot. Okay, a really big shot, lots of water, very tasty. Okay, I have a good friend who has a roastery and does farming, and this was kind of a recommendation by him, telling me how he does his, and I have always kind of done it like this. I was able to achieve shots like this with my DeLonghi ECP because that 51 millimeter has a 4-shot basket. this is a perfect, this is basically a step down basket right here. Okay. When you do the 4-shot, this is basically turning, it is the step down basket. So my step down basket goes from 58 to 49. And it's basically doing the exact same thing I could have just done, and I was doing on the DeLonghi. So the cool thing is, a lot of times, this is where I kind of talk about, guys, when you kind of get caught up in the hype of stuff. I do. I am guilty as charged. I am the person that will do the trend. I love hypey stuff. Uh, I'll get stuck in a trend trap. But what's crazy is, you know, when I first started getting back into espresso, the machine, I've shared this with you guys a bunch of times. I picked up this machine for $40 on Facebook Marketplace. And this was such a game changer because this has a saturated brew head, and it is a boiler system that sits on top. It's just, it's a great machine. I don't use it enough now, but that was my first machine when I started kind of getting back into espresso uh, at home. And you could just pull some crazy good shots on that thing. So definitely cool. All right, guys. Yeah, yeah, I'll definitely go through that. I'd be happy to go through some of the features of this too. I'm gonna grind these up, and I'll talk a little bit while we pull this shot. So let's go ahead and adjust this. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this back up to about 50. There we go. I think that's good. I'm using LeBrew's Sweet Burrs. So these are sweet burrs. These are aftermarket burrs. Just in case anyone's wondering, these are not the stock burrs at all. Yeah, that's one of the things I really love about this commercial style Chardor is that it can really take a lot, and when it comes to burrs, it can handle a lot. All right, coolness. Okay. All right, guys. So just kind of really quick. So the Me Coffee Apex, the Turnt Legato, the Gemini Powerhouse, especially the V2, those are all the same, come from the same place. Okay. So the original equipment manufacturer is Gemini, or yeah, I think Gemini. People say it different ways. I'm probably saying it wrong, but they're the original manufacturer. They actually do a lot of commercial equipment all across the world. So they are awesome. And there's a lot of cafes in Asia and India, South Asia, different parts of the world that use their equipment in like local cafes. Okay. They're awesome. I really, really like them. They do a really good job at this machine actually has Italian parts. It's Luca pump in here. It's a vibratory pump that's in here, and it's Italian made. I believe the boiler's Italian made. All this stuff is assembled in China, but a lot of the parts and internals are the same really things you're going to get even in Italian machines. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you that right now. I have my Gallatin, and it's the same thing with the Gallatin. So basically with this, it is the boiler, and then there's a thermal block system. So because of that, you could pull a shot and go right to milk, and there's no downtime. It's not capable of pulling it at the same time because it's on the same water path. But that's a big thing. When it comes to the temperature, you could change the temperature. I like to run it hotter. Usually I had it at 95 for a long time, and I just changed it down. Someone left a comment about me keeping it too hot. And I tend to keep most of my machines pretty hot because I just do a lot of dark roast and light roast too. So I don't know. I'm just crazy. But you could change that. You could also change your pre-infusion time with it. The biggest thing is, like I mentioned, is the group head. Okay, E61 group head, heated because of the boiler. Has an OPV. The biggest thing that makes this one the rock star, though, I'm going to show you guys right now, and I'm going to bring the camera down a little bit, is right here. Move this over. This has an adjustable OPV that you could actually adjust on the fly. So you could actually change your pressure, do kind of a pressure profile. Not really. It's not the same thing as like the Gallatin, but also on the left-hand side here, there's a way where you could change the not dispersion, but the amount of water that comes out at any given time. So you have OPV control, flow, kind of a flow control of the water. You just get a lot of really cool features. This is one of the most robust, in my opinion, price-wise. For $500. I don't think there's anything out there that could touch this. So that's my why I like this machine. And I'm not the only person that thinks that. So it's a cool machine. I recommend it the most. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and let's get this ready. I'm just drying this up, a little condensation from here. Again, I have the filter on the bottom. I went with the 50 for here, so that's more like a 40. So not quite coarse salt, but kind of close to it. Okay, pretty, right? Okay, let's move this up. I'm gonna lay this flat. And I really should have put the dosing ring in. I just realized that I didn't do that. What a bummer. I just realized that right now, as I'm talking to y'all, that I didn't grab the dosing ring. Oh, such a bummer. I hate when I do stuff like that. All right, there's a dosing ring that goes in there. I guess if I really wanted to... Ooh. Hey, it's a blind shaker. Like I said, guys, I'm not perfect. I am definitely not the perfect person. Not the professional. Not a paid professional, guys. I do it street around here, y'all. I do it street. I make coffee street level. I'm a street level coffee person. Not highfalutin. All right. Let me clean this up really quick. Because now I made a mess. That was silly of me. So wrong. All right. But I wanted to use that dosing ring. So one of the cool things about this kit is that you get from Normcore is it comes with the dosing ring, and the dosing ring is a must. Okay? Just going to tell you that right now. It's going to give you the best results. Okay. Like I said, guys, a little street here, right? A little street. You want to know how the kids in the street do it? That's how they do it. All right, let's go ahead and do some WDT. Yeah, the dosing ring is really important because I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to use the 49 millimeter Normcore tamper, and a great subscriber and viewer had suggested that I do that with the dosing ring on, and it works perfect. All right. And I just realized something right now. I did what I said I wasn't going to do. I took my filter out and I didn't put it back. Oh, bad Tony. Bad Tony. Okay, let's do this. Give it a little tap for love. Get it in the right place. We'll put the filter on top. And then here is my golden ticket. Guys, I did a video on this. Love Normcore's tampers. I got the golden one because it was on special during Black Friday. I got this for $21. It's typically about $48. This is their force tamper, basically. And I'm going to lay this on top. I don't have a distributor, but I am going to kind of use this a little bit, kind of like a distributor, because I'm a geek. I'm going to put it right on top. I'm going to give it its tamp. Okay. And then I'm going to pull this off. I'll probably tamp it again because I want to clean it up a little bit. So let me go ahead and show you how I do this, y'all. Again, if you have a better process on this, definitely let me know. I know a lot of you have been using this, and this is a really cool setup, especially for step downs. I kind of think this is one of the most affordable for the price for what you get. Step down options. Okay. So I'm cleaning the edges because you don't want to have your coffee extended out of there. And I'm going to do another tamp. Okay. And I'm literally going to do this one more time. Where did I put my brush? Okay. Yeah, I just want to have a good clean edge. Okay. I promise, last tamp. Okay. And I want to make sure that's in there because it's longer, it's sticking out. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this filter. And then we're going to do the puck screen right up top. Okay. Then we do spring. Okay. And guys, the goal with this is a big boy shot. Okay. So basically what I'm doing is this is going to be a longer pull. I'm looking at about 65 to 70 for the water output. This is not soup. I'm not even claiming that. So anybody's like, that's not Lance's soup recipe. It's not. He does something completely different. But this is kind of in the same vein. I like to think about it like that. This is my big boy shot. So I like to make coffee in the morning. All right, y'all. Let's pull the shot. There we go. Got our first drops. We're sitting right about, it's coming right up to 9. I wonder if it's going to go over. All right, 13 and 20. Wow, it's pretty close to 1-to-2 ratio. That's awesome. It's sitting a little bit above 9, so I'm actually pretty good when it comes to where I want it to be. Wow, that's actually good. I like when things go well. All right, I'll stop it right about 65, and this will probably run about 60 seconds. So this is not your traditional pull. This is not your 1-to-2. I used to make shots like this on my live streams, and people would lose their mind until Lance started talking more about soup. Because it's not your traditional pull. This is crazy. This is street. The blue collar approach, not the geeky, not the coffee nerd approach. Okay. Yeah, this is a long shot, y'all. Very, very long shot. I'm gonna stop it right at 60 because I've already gone over a minute. So I could definitely go coarser, but I think this is gonna yield a really good cup of coffee. Okay, so 59.4, 90 seconds, so a minute and a half. That was crazy long, but that's okay. But look at all that crema. Look at that crema. See, this is why this is one of my favorite shots. This is how I make coffee in the morning, guys. This is my favorite way to make coffee. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Give it a good stir. Just for the sake of being a goofball, we're going to put this on the refractometer so you can see the difference between your traditional pull and something wacky like that. Okay. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Okay. Let's take a gander. Wow. So it's actually, whoa, goodness, forgot about that. This is actually a lot higher than I thought it would be. It's a 9.80. So think about your regular espresso range is 8 to 12. This is very similar to the TDS of the one that we just took. Again, it's not for science. Hey, how's it going, Nicole? This is for fun. Okay, so I tend to not do things for science. I tend to do things because I'm a goofball. But let's give this a taste. And y'all, this is one of my favorite ways to make coffee in the morning. So if you've never tried a shot like this, You got to. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Cheers. Salud. Salanja. Oh, man, that is so good. That is delightful. Doesn't it have the viscous feeling that you would have at a traditional shop? This is somewhere between an Americano, a pour over. This definitely would be, because of the TDS, I would call this firmly espresso. But, this is a little something different. I like a shot like this because you could sip it. If you're enjoying a pastry, if you're having some breakfast in the morning. In my day job, guys, I'm department head of insurance companies. So, it's while I'm busy in meetings, I'll kind of sip this and chill out. I love a cup of coffee like this. Like I mentioned, I have a friend who grows coffee out in South America, and they have a roastery. And he was the one that kind of got me onto making coffee like this. It was a suggestion, and I think it's a good suggestion. It's a really good way to make coffee. Very enjoyable, for sure. So as far as everything goes, I just want to answer that last question here that you have, because that is awesome. So I'm reading your comment here. If you haven't, can you quickly your thoughts and features? Oh yeah, I did that. I'm sorry. Can you change the pre-infusion on the machine? So you can change the pre-infusion on the Me Coffee. The Gevi, I don't think you can. I don't know if you're the person. Someone just asked me that question about the Gevi. Um, I right now I have to go check and see if it's possible. I don't think so though. I think the pre-infusion is set. I want to say it's set for 2 or 3 seconds for the Gevi. But for the Me Coffee, you definitely can. You could actually long press on this button right here. Let me see if it'll do it. Maybe because I'm on camera, it's gonna be like, nope, sorry. If you long press, it will put you into a menu feature set. There it goes. And you could change your pre-infusion presets. I had it at 1. We'll put it at 2. Keep it at 1. 2. All right, cool. So you can change some of that. I know there's folks, I have a friend that says they go with 3. It's all personal preference. Again, temperature, everything. Guys, I kind of mentioned this in the beginning of the video. I think it's super important to realize that you need to make coffee for you. As weird as that sounds, there's a lot of great recipes, and there's a lot of really awesome people that make coffee. Awesome professionals like Lance. Uh, Hoon's Coffee is awesome. I love Hoon. I love how he does his live streams. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, make sure you are. He's like one of the biggest coffee YouTubers, and I love it because he does almost all his videos live. I love that. That's super cool. He's one of the reasons why I got into doing this, just because I really love his channel. But there's a lot of folks out there that give really awesome advice. I always just kind of say, though, find what fits for your lifestyle. And the same thing with equipment. I got a lot of folks, guys, when I started, I did a review on, it started off with this machine here. Well, this grinder. This is the DC63. I got this from Me Coffee. Guys, this grinder runs about $400 and some. Okay. Then I just got another one, 64 by Gevi. And I had someone put a very kind comment. They didn't mean it in a not kind way. They said, you're kind of reviewing a lot of high-end stuff. I like your budget things. That's why I watch your channel. And guys, if you watch me because you're trying to find a budget way of doing things, you're definitely in the right spot. I'm going to pull back curtain a tiny bit. When I get stuff for review, every now and then companies will reach out to me and they'll say, hey, do you want to do a review for us? And almost every time I get somebody asking me to do a review, almost every time I say yes, because that's just another thing I could show you all and bring. And then I'm going to kind of tell you the selfish reason why. I like it. I like coffee gear. I like doing this stuff. So I'm always going to pretty much say yes to anybody who wants me to review something. But I never do paid reviews. I never will do paid reviews. That is not the reason why I have this channel. And all opinions will always be everything 100% my own. No one tells me what to say. I had one time, I won't say who it was, a brand reach out to me and offer to pay me some money to do a video for them. And they wanted to tell me exactly what to say. And I straight up said, no, that's not what I do. I don't have sponsored video, guys. You guys never hear me say this video is sponsored, and that's the reason why. And I don't know if that's something I'll ever do, to be honest with you. I don't want to say ever. Like if it was a really cool product and they really were an awesome thing I really believed in, sure. But you know, every now and then, like I said, somebody says, "Hey, do you want to review something?" I'm going to say yes because that allows me to make more videos for y'all. When it comes to buying something with my own money, I am frugal and I am cheap, and I will go probably with the cheapest, most bang for my buck. Okay. So that's something like the Shardor 64 millimeter flapper grinder, the original one. I think I have it in the room here, but uh, this is the big brother to that. If I were just getting into coffee today, I'd probably buy that one or I'd buy this one. 229, awesome. You know, you don't have to spend crazy amount of money. I also just did a video on the GF64 flatbread grinder by Me Coffee. That's 199. We're in this cool stage of things where you can find really cheap stuff that's really good. But anyway, guys, I really hope y'all have a great weekend. We are coming on the Christmas holiday and the new year. I hope you guys have a really, really good Christmas and a really good time with family and just celebrations through all the holiday seasons. I truly mean that. This is a very special time for my family. I call this Faith and Coffee Bean because years ago I used to be a pastor. I'm not anymore, but I used to be. And that was a really big way in how I got connected to coffee, working in homeless shelters and churches, setting up cafes and working in a college cafe. Guys, coffee's cool. I think coffee is one of the best things for people to connect with. Uh, I've shared it before. I lived in New York City and I worked in a big multi-faith community, and we would set up uh, mobile food stations for people in New York. And I got to meet a lot of cool cafe owners who would donate time, talent, money, product, like they would bring in pastries and stuff. And guys, this is a great industry and this is a great hobby to have. I love coffee because I love the way it connects with people. Hope you guys have a happy holidays and thanks so much for hanging with me. Have a good one, okay?